Ladies and gentlemen, Sidestrafe back with some more World of Tanks. Today I've got two quick matches for you from this week, and this first one is going to feature the British Tier 5 Heavy Excelsior. And I bought this many moons ago, thinking that it might be alright, having to deal with it in lower tiers. It was quite a threat. The frontal armor, especially when at an angle, is troublesome, to say the least, as you'll even see in this game. But the gun is underwhelming. In fact, if you're not at the top of the list, you're probably going to have to use some premium rounds to get the job done. Otherwise, it's got some decent mobility. It's kind of like a fat Cromwell, but it's not my favorite. I don't know if anything has changed with it. It's been a very long time since I last played it. However, knowing Wargaming, they generally know what they're doing when they release these premiums, and I think it's actually part of their strategy to release tanks with bad guns. It kind of forces you to buy APCR or other types of premium ammunition. I guess we really shouldn't call it premium ammo anymore, since it's not on sale for just gold, but, you know, old habits die hard. Anyways, back to the game at hand. You can see that I had moved up here in order to assist the rest of my team. They apparently don't know that it's generally a good idea to camp this side early on, just to see if there's anybody that's going to make a mistake on their team, and they probably would have. We would have had a lot of targets to shoot at from the safety of the hill. But I moved up. I gave them an armor angle that was hard to penetrate, and as you can see here, they took out our one tank destroyer, but we managed to push them back. And at this point, I'm just like, well, I feel confident. I'm just going to keep using this armor. You can see these shots bouncing off of me, and I'm letting them have it. I do switch over to some premium rounds here because I was dealing with the frontal armor of a Matilda, and sometimes that can be troublesome against this gun. So I was like, what the heck. You know, it's a premium tank. For the most part, I'm not going to go in the negative with it, so I wasn't too worried. But look at all of these tank wrecks. Not a bad start, but again, we are at the top of the list here, so nothing really to write home about. Now we can see we've got some extra targets on the mini-map. However, I was thinking that I'm just going to keep on heading through, flank around into the base, extinguish the artillery, because, well, you know, the only good artillery is dead artillery, and we don't want him sitting around all comfy by a campfire, letting people have it from long range with his cheater vision 2.0. But you can see we're taking some casualties. You want to be careful. I've seen some crazy comebacks, and I was thinking I need to hurry up and make it around there. We've got some distance to cover at this point. Plus, I'll probably run into that already somewhere around the hill location. But the rest of the team's kind of pushing through. We've got some numbers on the west, it looks like. And this thing it's not the fastest, but for a heavy, it's not too bad. Also, while I'm rolling through this base, you might notice that my chat is turned off in-game, and it's because that I've decided from now on, while I'm filming, that I'm going to have the chat off in order to avoid the negativity and general trolling that this game provides. You know, I try to keep these videos clean. I want them to be videos for everyone, and I feel that the chat just doesn't really help with that at times. And I don't think I'm missing out on too much. You can still ping the minimap. You can still use the function keys to communicate, follow me, attack, defend, all that stuff. And I've never really had a situation where the chat has saved my life, or that I've needed to rely on it so badly. Generally, turning it off for me does more good than bad. But with that said, please don't take it personally if I don't respond. It just means that the chat might be off temporarily. And, you know, I'm not against people saying hello. I'm not a big chatter. I don't talk while I'm in the middle of a battle. But I'm okay with saying hello at the beginning. It's just that sometimes it might be off. So please, again, just don't take it personally. Anyway, already down, but we've got a few blips left on the mini-map. And so I'm watching these locations because I thought that there might be somebody around this corner. But we're spotted by a Matilda Black Prince, which is the other British premium tank. I don't see a whole heck of a lot in this game. I think it's actually slower than my tank, which is a heavy. The Matilda Black Prince is a medium that plays like a heavy 6-pounder gun, but very little ammunition. Tends to run out if engaging multiple targets. And as you can see, he's having a bad day, but somebody steals that kill. And on our flank, tank destroyer. Watch out. Not much to shoot at, but the gun's pretty accurate even when you're not aimed all the way in, which is why you see me shoot without the circle completed. But one more. We see where he was last spotted, and I hope to move in for the kill, but I'm sure at this point he's moved up. Otherwise, I'm thinking he may have fallen back with this tank destroyer to help him out. And you can see he's out near my base. Perhaps he was hoping to capture, but at this point I was doubting my ability to speed up and engage him in time. But, you know, that wasn't going to stop me from trying. We'll just enjoy the view, I guess. Alright, well, that was probably one of my better games with that tank. Again, at top tier, it's pretty sweet. Some really nice armor at the front. Every other angle, you're in trouble. But if you've got it at the front and you angle it, you're good to go. Because remember, it's flat, so you don't want to be head-on with it. You want to angle it, and it should bounce quite a few shots. Now, if this thing has preferential treatment, it could be a good premium. If not, then yeah, you get one game under-tiered, and you're screwed, and you're forced to use premium rounds. But I don't know. All in all, I haven't had amazing games with it. I don't know that I would recommend it. If you ever buy it, make sure you buy it on sale. Although I could probably say that for most premiums, but especially that one, especially Matilda Black Prince. Actually, all of the British premiums are kind of lackluster, it seems. I don't know. Anyway. The good old M10 Wolverine, American Tank Destroyer. It's been a while since I've played this bad boy as well. And in this matchup, I was kind of fed up. I said, you know what? I'm going to camp my heart out, at least in the beginning of the match, like I used to. I've been playing aggressively lately, and it just really doesn't suit me. I end up dying more often than not. And I thought, you know what? There's some guys going over here. Let me support them. And just hide behind this bush. I've got the camo net, I've got some camo paint, I've got my binoculars, I got a good rate of fire, some decent accuracy. I'm going to sit back here. You can see I'm already taking some targets with me, and we set him on fire, but he didn't want to go. So I'm like, come on, man. You were brewed up. There you go. That's more like it. But yeah, I'm just chilling for now. There's another Wolverine, it looks like. He has no idea what's hitting him. He goes invisible, and I'm just blind firing to my heart's content, hoping to take him out, but he's probably backed out by now. And I don't know, I'm just like, I've got some ammo, why not? Let me spend it. I generally don't do that, but I was feeling lucky today. And, well, there's some kills, but, you know, they took a few of us out along the way, and I'm just trying to force myself to be a little more patient for now, just because we've got these targets up front. We've got some more that have shown up. Still just trying to rid the world of that Wolverine. There's a wedding cake, one of my favorite things to shoot at. Such a fantastically horrible silhouette. I don't know that that makes any sense what I just said there, but that's what we're going to go with for now. And there she blows. But see, we've got these good spotters up front. I wouldn't recommend being back here by yourself. You need somebody up front lighting these targets up, and you know, at this point I wasn't able to provide enough cover to keep the rest of my team safe, but as you can see, we are sort of winning. You know, it wasn't a steamroll by any means, but we can also pay attention to the minimap here a little bit and see where some of these other targets are. Most of the team is running through the city, and I'm just holding position because there was one target we saw by the buildings, and I'm thinking that maybe he was going to try to make his way towards me or come around and flank through the base. But at this point, I saw, okay, there's only 3, 2 of which are on the map. One's on artillery, one's down. It's time to move. Game seems to be over in our favor. So, you know, this is a really short match, and I just thought I would include it. as it was kind of a nice time, really, just to be able to sit back and have some old school camping pay off. I know. Most people are so anti-camp, but, you know, it's a tank destroyer. What else are you supposed to do with this thing? What else is camouflage there for? What is the camo paint there for, really, you know, other than just looking pretty? It has its moments, and I'm not a full-on camper. I don't like spending the entire game sitting somewhere. For me, it's about softening up your targets. Once you've removed half of the team, then it's time to push forward. It's kind of like, I've used this analogy before, but it's kind of like bombarding a beachhead. You want to soften up the defenses. You want to eliminate most of the opponents before you get there. Then you don't have much to deal with. So you're trying to take out the stupid players, the guys that just want to rush in without any idea of what's going on. And once you've gotten rid of them, you deal with the harder players, or the ones that are maybe playing tactically or together, and then you work on them one by one or two by two, however which way they want to drive into your gun barrel. Anyways, with that said, ladies and gents, I hope that you've enjoyed this look at World of Tanks. Just a friendly reminder, Duckster's doing a World of Tanks Portal relaunch, and there are some more prizes up for grabs. I'll have a link in the description below. But with that said, thank you so very much for joining me. I will definitely see you on the next one.